Hello, welcome back to Veronaville. That is finally all done, ready to start playing. That is, I have moved in all of the families now, finally. It took a while. The only thing that I have left is some community lots that I do want to set up pretty quickly. But I can start playing the game now, finally, and I can sort of build those community lots as I go. So this is what the finished hood looks like right now. And the community lots that I want to focus in on are the Veronaville market that I'm going to make into the Capp family's restaurant. That's going to be done pretty quickly, I think. And another one is the Merry Windsor. That is the pub that's going to be down here in this more commercial mixed area of the town. And another one is also a park that I have placed down here right opposite to the Summerdream home. And I think that this is a good community lot to build pretty early on because I want some of the dalliances that should happen behind closed doors to take place here. For example, this is a great spot for Romeo and Juliet to meet up and have little cute dates as things start off in the beginning here. And after that point, I think that I want to focus on both the Capp Church and the Monty Church on opposite sides here because I want that to be set up, ready to go for when I start to get my Sims married. So that's gonna be a little while until then, I think. But yeah, those things need to be in place. Then, of course, I do have these community lots that are here from the start that I've just plopped down in different spots here. And I guess I will give them makeovers eventually, but I don't think I'm going to focus on them first. I might pick out one of them to turn into a grocery store because that's something that I need to put into place pretty quickly as well, I think, unless I want all of my families to always order food rather than actually go somewhere to buy it. But that's pretty much it. So what I wanted to do in this video is to give all of the Sims makeovers because that was something that you requested to see. And then I'm also going to, prepare them, like aging them up into the proper ages, give them their degrees and their secondary aspirations and so on. So that's what I want to do. And I also want to create some townies as well for this neighborhood. Since I made all the townies playable, I need to have some townies, and I do have some nefarious schemes going on, reasons why I want to create some of the townies. So that's going to be what I end this video with. So yeah, let's go ahead and start by just dropping down into one of the households and start with the makeovers. All right, so since I started with the Capp Manor, why not start this video here as well? Before I actually go ahead, I just want to take a little look around the neighborhood, just looking at the surroundings here. Ah, that's really nice. You can see the university district here. And this is going to be the restaurant then, of course, later on. Then we have the other Capp family houses here. But here we have some other Tudor houses, and I think we can maybe also see... No, we can. We can see the Summerdream house there as well. That's very cool. Ah, yeah, it turned out great. I like it. All right then, so we do have the Sims here, and let's start with Consort. Right, so I'm just gonna take out the Sim Blender, the Lifetime Want Chooser, and the Bat Box, I think, is all I need. And right, I haven't randomized the gender preferences in this neighborhood, so that's something that I actually have to do. So let's go ahead and go to Hood Gender Preference, and I'm gonna set gay and bi, and then I'm gonna run the randomizer. No preference only, high. There we go. So let's see here. Consort is straight and his hobby from the start is science. I'm not sure how much sense that makes, but I'm inclined to let him keep that. Actually, I think it maybe might make more sense if his interest was primarily in cuisine, though. If the history is that he has a rivaling restaurant business and that he has been aspiring to work in the culinary field his whole life, he would have had to have a lot of drive, especially after what happened with Patricio Monty. So an interest would make sense in that case. I think I'm actually gonna just go ahead and change that for him to cuisine. I'm gonna simultaneously also fill out my spreadsheet here on the side. All right, and I've already set him to faithful. So I guess he's gonna frequent the church. All right, and let's randomize his secondary aspiration. I'm just gonna roll my trusty d6 die. Let's see. Got number 1, so that is actually knowledge. That makes sense. I think I'm gonna go ahead and give him the slower need decay there. I did lock in his want to retire, so let's see what happens. And yeah, he is pretty high up in the business career. He has no cooking skill though, which makes no sense. I think he should have at least 6 points there. And then I'm gonna have to figure out about his major. There's not really a major that is both culinary and business, so I think I'm just gonna give him economics. I feel like that makes sense. And his current lifetime want is to have 5 top-level businesses. I mean, that does make sense if he committed his life to getting one over Patricio Monty by making his own successful restaurant business, then that would have been something that encouraged him, definitely. So yeah, I'm gonna let him keep that one. Great, and let's go ahead with the makeover. Right, so he's got this really severe slick back, and I'm actually inclined to let him keep that one because I'm quite fond of it and I think it looks good on him, and I also don't think that I'll be able to find anything better for him in this case. So I think I'm just going to see if maybe I should add some darkness around his eyes. Yeah, something like that. And yeah, I think his lips can stay like that, but maybe some wrinkles. So let's go to this. Yeah, let's go with this one and maybe some frown lines because I could definitely see him having frowned quite a lot in his life. It's really subtle. Do I want something stronger maybe? Yeah, that makes sense. So let's go with that one. So I actually did get something very specific before this. That was a suit that is actually called the Consort, and it felt like it was made for him. So I'm gonna see if I can find it and let's see what it looks like. Yeah, it's these ones. And I think that would actually make a lot of sense. So I got these different colors. Yeah, I probably want to have this one with a red tie, I think. So let's try and see what that looks like. That might be too colorful. I think I might go back and get him the other colors as well, and let's see which one looks the best. Oh, actually, I can have this for the formal wear as well. Yeah, that could make sense maybe. So maybe the black one for the formal, and then maybe this one is better for his everyday. It's a little bit more subdued. Yeah, I don't think that this much matters. I don't think that I'm gonna have him work out terribly much. So yeah, I feel like something like this is a given. Do I want the black one or the, I think I'm gonna take the blue one. Yes. And then let's see here, plan outfit every day. Maybe this one is better. Yeah, I think that makes sense. That looks good. Let's move over to Thibault. So he only has 2 days before he's gonna attend college. And he is now a popularity sim. Let's check in with his traits. He's straight. And his hobby is music, actually. I think that could give some interesting dimension to him to keep that. So I think I'm going to go with that. He's also set to faithful. I guess maybe I made the whole Capp family and the whole Monty family, basically. No, actually, I have an atheist here. Is that Kent? Yes. Okay, so I made Kent an atheist, I see. All right. I'm not going to have a secondary inspiration for him since he's a teenager, and also not a lifetime want. Yeah, so all is set up for Tybalt, except I'm going to give him the need benefits. He has some interesting wants here. He wants to defeat the Grim Reaper, because his parents recently died, and he wants to fight with Mercutio. This one is really dramatic. I guess both are. No, let's lock in the fight with Mercutio one, I think. And let's give him a makeover as well. So I'm not too fond of this mask that he's got on, so I think I'm just gonna get rid of that to start out. And let's find a suitable hairstyle. Yeah, after careful deliberation, I think that this hairstyle is actually the one that I like the best on him. I'm gonna go with this one. I quite like how this type of eyebrow actually creates a slight arch on those very spike straight eyebrows. So I think I'm gonna go with them. Yeah, I think that makes sense. He's already got some slight stubble, so that's fine. Yeah, something like this would make sense for him, I think. I guess the red one is the best match. It's just the trouble of finding suitable pants then in that case. I guess I would have liked him to have something like this, but I'm not sure if the connection between the shirt and the pant is fine like this. I can try it, I guess. Let's see if that is okay. What options do I have for the whole body outfits? Not very much, okay. Yeah, let's try this and see what that looks like. I think that should be fine. It is sticking out a little bit, but that's, it has a belt, so I don't think it's too noticeable. Yeah, he can keep those. Looks like he's already got this black suit, so he can keep that. Yeah, I think that's fine. All right. And we're moving over to Juliet. And she wants to go steady with Romeo. Gonna lock that one in. And well, let's take a look at her traits as well. She's also straight. And her hobby is games. Games, that makes sense. Yeah, I think I'm gonna let her keep that one because I can't really think of another one that's fitting perfectly anyway. So she's gonna have that. Okay, good. And I'm gonna give her the benefits. So obviously she needs to have something very romantic for a hairstyle. So let's see what I can find. This is a hairstyle that I've only just recently downloaded, and I hadn't really expected this to be suitable, but it's surprisingly romantic actually. Maybe this is what I need to go with because it has the middle parting as well that she already had. This is the other one that I was thinking of, but actually looking at it on her, I think maybe it's not really fitting with her face that well. So I think I'm going to save that one for someone else. This one was also a strong contender. I really like this hair on her, but I think maybe this one is even better. So let's go with this one then. Yeah, that's good, I think. Let's go with that one. Now, question is, do I have a blue top with a pink skirt? The best solution is probably to go with the baby blue dress and then some kind of shoes. Unless I wanted it to be this skirt. Maybe let's go back to the top that she already had on. I'm not sure that works. Maybe if the skirt had been a little bit more pink, it would have worked. Yeah, no, I don't think that is the solution. Let's go with the dress solution instead. I could go with pink boots. She did have like Uggs on her, so maybe that makes sense actually. There we have our Juliet. Looking nice. Right, and finally Hermia, who's admiring the shrubs here. So she currently wants to have her very first kiss with puck. So let's just lock that one in case. And let's see here. She's also straight. Her hobby is film and literature. That I feel like that makes sense for some reason. So I'm very happy with that one. Good. And I'm gonna give her the benefits there. And then it's the makeover again. So this might be a challenge because I have extremely few short hairs for female sims, but yeah, let's see if I can find something. This could be one alternative to a short hair because it's tied back, so it has that slick back appearance. This would have been a good alternative, but I don't feel like this fits with her face for some reason. It's not perfect, so yeah, I think I'm gonna go back to the ponytail. Yeah, this is what I'm gonna go with. I think this one is the best one. And I don't think I'm gonna go with any blush on her either. I think that this is pretty much it. I could go with the exact same kind of dress for her, but with another pattern, and then combine it with something more gothic, I guess. That could be an idea. Something like this, maybe. I also have this, but no, I don't think so. Let's try and see what it looks like. Pant is poking through a little bit, but it's not very noticeable, hopefully, so let's see. Yeah, looking good. So let's just change into your everyday. Yeah, I think that's fine. Great, so what I need as well is to give them all cell phones. Wow, they're really interested in the nature here. There we go. And the ages are fine. I don't need to worry about them. So they can stay how they are. And I'm going to remove these things. And actually something that I realize now that I forgot to do in neighborhood view, but that I can do now in between families, is that I have decided what to do with the seasons, finally. I was agonizing over this for quite a while, but now that I've actually had the chance to play a little bit with winter, both in Pleasant View and with my Build a City Challenge neighborhood, I've sort of gotten that out of my system. So I don't need to have winter in this neighborhood, I don't feel like. So I'm gonna remove the winter and I'm gonna try and see what it feels like to have 2 springs. I think I'm gonna keep the summer for now. It might be that I change the summer out to autumn, so it's 2 autumns and 2 springs. But I'm gonna see what it feels like to have summer, autumn, spring. It might be that I change out, so I start with spring, summer, autumn, spring, maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna fix that now in the neighborhood view, and then we're gonna go to the next family. So here we are in the second house. Well, this is after I have fixed the seasons, and it's currently Monday here. But when I was in the first Capp household, it was Saturday evening. So I think I might want to start playing all the families on a Sunday. I'm gonna bring out the day setter here as well with other things. There we go. And let's start from the top. That's Cornwall. So he's a fortune sim. Right, and he doesn't have a career, which doesn't make a lot of sense. Now he is interested in joining the business career, and I kind of feel like that makes sense for him as well. Right now he wants to be a city planner. What is his traits? He's straight and he's interested in science. Okay, yeah, let's start with randomizing the secondary aspiration. Let's see what I get. Grilled cheese? Nope. Rerolling. Got grilled cheese again. Okay, romance. Romance. I'm trying to think about the play that Cornwall is a part of. I don't really feel like romance makes a lot of sense for him. Unless, of course, he's a hopeless romantic and he's doing everything for his wife that he's doting on. So I guess romance it is. And I think I'm actually gonna re-roll his lifetime wish then. Business tycoon. Okay, well, I guess it's decided then. So in that case, I think I'm gonna put him in economics as well. I'm just gonna grant him the business career then. Okay, so he got the position as a junior executive. I think that's fine. And he doesn't really have any skills. That also doesn't really make sense. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go in on the wiki and check what skills he should have had if he studied economics. Yeah, those are the skills that he should have had from that. And if he's interested in science, I think maybe he should have a little bit more in logic. I'm also thinking about his age. Well, the thing is that Regan's youngest sister, Cordelia, has teenage-aged children, and Tybalt is actually aging up in 2 days. So I think I might want to... It might be a good idea to age all of them with the same number of days. I was thinking 20 days, but that would mean that Cornwall is going to age into an elder in 4 days. That seems a bit excessive. Maybe I should age all of them with 15 days. And I'm gonna do the same thing with Goneril's family as well. Then he's got 9 days at least. That's a little bit better. Regan has got 16 days. And that also makes sense with the story that I had going for them, that they have been trying to have a child, but that they have been unsuccessful, and now she's getting up in age. So they have really short time if they want to conceive. And then Kent is actually going to be a little bit older than I planned for him to be, but I think that might be fine. Actually, maybe 15 days is a bit too much. Maybe I should actually bring it down so that they are 10 days older instead. Then he has 14 days, she has 21 days. Then he has quite a long time still, but he has already lived for a while. So that also makes sense. Yes, I think this is better. Still would have made her sister a very young mother, but I guess that's fine. With that said, I'm gonna give Cornwall some body hair, and then let's go with the makeover. So one of his most characteristic features is this beard, and I'm not sure what this will look like if I remove it, but I guess it's a little bit cartoonish now. So I might actually just bite the bullet and try. Yeah, I think that this is probably the best options out of those. Those brows make him look really sad. This is extreme, so I don't think that one. And this one is also pretty extreme. Maybe going with one of the ones from the start was the better option in this case. Yeah, at least they're not completely straight. All right, and what kind of hair should he have? Yeah, I think that this one is probably the best one that I have. And also let's give him some makeup. This could be an idea. I think I'm gonna try that one and see what it looks like. Yeah, I think I like that. I'm gonna let him keep it, but it looks like his eyeshadow is looking a little bit too dark, actually. So I think I'm gonna remove that again. He already has pretty sunken eyes, so I don't think he needs more shadow. I think that he probably looks the best without anything. Yeah, I think that's good. Perfect. Then next up is Regan. Also, Fortune Sim also wants to go into the business career. Actually also started with this lifetime wish. And she got family as her secondary, and I think that makes a lot of sense actually. Her traits, straight, and also with a science hobby. She's very similar to her husband then. I might have to be a bit careful with them because it seems like they could very easily turn into basically the same sim. And that's not very fun. But at least she got a different secondary aspiration. Well, she is going to be in the family business. So she's going to be in the business career. But I don't feel like she necessarily studied economics. I think psychology is another one. Exactly, psychology is another one with the business career in it. So maybe let's go with that one instead. But she's also going to be in business. Apparently she's a senior manager. Well, I mean, he's married into the family and she's actually family. They're promoting her first, I guess, maybe. Let's randomize also her lifetime odds. Rich golden anniversary. No, sure. And I think I'm also going to take this opportunity to make him a hopeless romantic with his traits, because otherwise I might forget about that. And I don't want him to be a two-timer. I might want to look into her skills as well. If she studied psychology, these are the skills she should have. And then we have her makeover. So I'm just going to start with removing these glasses for now, and I'm going to add another pair back. This was pretty unexpected, but this actually looked quite good on her. It made her look very young though, so maybe not. Yeah, this one looks great on her. I'm a little bit more drawn towards this grayish tone of blonde hair, but maybe I should go for this one. The tone that I pick for her is going to be the same that I use for Desdemona and Ariel, for example. Well, not necessarily now that I think about it, because Albany is also blonde, so it doesn't have to be. This is a cool one as well. Yeah, I think that this probably suits her personality best as well, so I'm gonna go with this one. She has really tiny eyes. It's difficult to find something that actually works. Good lord, everything looks insane on her. Yeah, that maybe. That's fine. Yeah, I think I'm gonna forego a blush. I think that's fine. Yeah, I think that those are the best ones. This might actually be pretty much perfect, because I was thinking about finding a black turtleneck for her and some kind of red skirt, and this is just everything in one. It also includes a suit jacket, so I might have just stumbled over the perfect thing. Let's see what shoes she can have then. Yeah, let's try it and see. Might end up thinking that it looks too young for her, but yeah, maybe. Literally can't leave these two alone in 2 seconds. My goodness. No, but I think that's fine. The short skirt is looking a little bit young, but I mean, she's not that old. So I think it's, yeah, I'm gonna go with that. And let's save Kent. So he has quite a lot of skills, actually. And I already know that I wanted him as a university teacher. But question is if I want him to be in the education career or if he should be in the science career. I'm pretty sure that there is a position in the science career as a university lecturer, so I think that I'm gonna go with that one actually. Right, and let's see here. I think it might be like level 8 or something. Yeah, scholar, I think it might be. You've been named chairman of the science department at Sim University. Exactly. And it's actually exactly the skills that he already had, so I guess it was meant to be. But that being said, he needs to have a job stopinator in his inventory. And I'm gonna randomize his secondary aspiration. Got in number 1, and that is romance. Okay, that doesn't really make sense, I don't think. But I guess that could come into play with him suppressing his own natural preference, since he's going to hide the fact that he's gay from his family, that he would look for romantic entanglements, but not something serious. I guess that makes a lot of sense, actually, now that I start to think about it. So let's go with it. And I don't know what he randomized as, but I'm gonna set him to gay then. Oh, he actually randomized as gay. Cool. That was exactly what I wanted. And his hobby is cuisine. Now that is fascinating, because he decided not to go into the family business. So he had a natural inclination towards actually being part of the family business. But I guess that he has always felt like the black sheep of the family, so he has distanced himself, even though he would have perhaps wanted to be part of that business. But he's shaped his own life in a different direction. Cool. Okay, so if he's in science now, yeah, I think I'm just gonna, let's go with a physics degree. And then I'm gonna also randomize his lifetime wish. Celebrity chef. So does that mean that he wants to make up with his family somehow and actually take over the family business? I guess that was what he would have wanted. This is turning out really sad, but it all still makes sense. So, and he doesn't have any hair on his body except his eyebrows, which are already very thin. So I don't know if I want to give him body hair or not. I guess he can have some light body hair. So I'm gonna keep him bald, and I think I'm gonna keep those eyebrows as well, actually. And I don't want him to have stubble, so all of this is pretty much the way he's going to look. Might want to add in some lipstick. Yeah, I mean, he looks pretty much perfect already, so let's just go with that. So he needs to have some sort of a cozy sweater on. And I could go in a bunch of different directions with this. Okay, so a bunch of different options here. The turtleneck would suit him. This one is also really cute on him. I actually think I like this the best on him, so I'm gonna give him that. Looking good. Perfect. Then I've got all of that set up as well. And they need their cell phones. Great. They're all ready to go. And let's move over to Goneril's family. Right, so here we are. And I'm going to go ahead and start by aging Albany and Goneril with 10 days. And because I landed on 10 days, he's going to have 2 days left before he ages into an elder. But I think that's fine. So, and the same for Goneril. So she has 15 days left. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. If we start with Albany, I mean, he's unemployed, which is really unacceptable, really, with what his age is. But yeah, I'm gonna have to fix that. I start by checking his traits. Straight and okay, he's also interested in science. There's a lot of Sims with a science hobby here. That is actually interesting because that gives me an idea. He might be in the education career then. So if I randomize his secondary, got grilled cheese, grilled cheese again. Popularity. I guess that makes sense for his character. I was kind of thinking that it would sort of cement the idea that he would be sort of the private school principal, perhaps, if he had a knowledge secondary, but I mean, popularity could also work for that. And I already saw that he had the lifetime wish to marry off 6 children, and that makes so much sense with his whole character and the backstory and everything, so I'm gonna have that. All right, so then if he's in the education career, he could have been in psychology or biology. I feel like biology maybe makes more sense then, since it seems a little bit more sciencey. Yeah, let's go with that. I'm gonna grant him the education career, and I'm gonna set him, no, not a senior professor, high school principal, yes. And he needs a job stoppinator then. And he also has an issue with his skills. So I'm gonna take a look at the biology major. And I think he should have a little bit more logic if he's interested in science. And I also think that he probably has been cooking a lot of the food in this household. Because I think that Goneril maybe has been more focused on working late and he might have been the one at home with the kids. So I could see that happening. He's extremely grouchy and serious. Didn't know that. Okay. Then, yeah, the next thing is the makeover then. Oh yeah, his body hair. I feel like he should have a lot of hair. So I'm gonna go with set 1. So he looks really iconic again. And I don't feel like I can remove this without messing up his character. So I'm actually gonna keep him like he is. He needs wrinkles though, since I made him a bit older. And I think I want to give him lipstick. Yeah, but other than that, I think he's looking good. What kind of hair does he have in the other outfits now that I think about it? I guess that's fine. He's gonna be an elder really soon anyway, so I'm just gonna go with that. Yeah, so I recently got these outfits and I think that they are pretty much perfect for Albany. And maybe another color. That one didn't turn out as well as I had hoped. I can keep those Speedos. Nah, the one he had was actually better. I mean, he can have this for outerwear, but I think I might want to give him something different then. I'm not sure if there is a better alternative though. Yeah, I don't really think that he's gonna have time to wear any outerwear anyway. Yeah, this one fits better with the hat, so let's go with the blue one then. Yeah. That's good. So let's keep that. Now we have Goneril. Also unemployed, of course, but she's also going to be in the business career. And I feel like she would have studied economics. She's currently a lower position than her sister, but that's not what I want. I think I might. I haven't decided yet if I want consort to be the one with the active business or if I want Goneril to sort of have taken over the reins. But I think I'm going to set her as president. That is one step over her sister, right? No, vice president. I mean, vice president might make more sense, actually. So let's go with that. And yeah, she's going to have the skills as well from her major. There we go. And what is her traits? Well, that's very interesting that she actually had cuisine. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense then that she would have pushed for the family business as well. All right, and then it's the secondary aspiration. Knowledge, okay. And right now her lifetime wish is a very random one, so let's randomize it again. Media, no. That makes no sense. Nope, makes no sense. Space pirate. No. Yeah, I think that this is the one that I'm going to go with because it's also speaking a little bit about her ambition, that she wants to be the head of the family and that she doesn't feel like Juliet should be the heiress. It should actually be her and her own daughter, Miranda, since she's the oldest sister. So I think that this one is going to be pretty much perfect for her. So for her, I actually had a hairstyle in mind. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, it was this one, but I'm not so sure. I actually probably want to go with this hair color as well. So it's closer to the red hair that the Capps have normally. Something that I've had on her before that really suited her was this. I think I might go with that again. I need to remove this makeup to actually see what it looks like. Yeah, like that, I think. Then let's see what kind of clothing I can find. I mean, this is really iconic for her, of course, but maybe I can keep that as her formal wear or something. Okay, let's see. So I got this one and this one, or I could go with something like this. I think that this might make her look a little bit too soft. I want her to look a bit more severe. And then this is a better option. Yeah, I think that this is the one that I need to go with. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with this one for her formal outfit because it sort of screams, I should be queen. Looking good. And then next up is Miranda. Let's check her traits. She is straight and her hobbies is science, okay? What is going on with science here? I guess that's fine. All right, so I have taken down her natural hair color, which is apparently red. So yeah, I might go with a colored hairstyle for her or not. I'll have to think about that, or we'll try things out and see what they look like. Yeah, so these glasses are covering half her face. So I'm just gonna go ahead and remove those to start out. And well, most of the hairs in this hair category is gonna be grays. But let's see what I can find. And maybe this one could be fun. Go back to these kinds of eyebrows then. I think that will match this hairstyle better. I think let's try that. And I'm not sure if I want her to have glasses on, but let's see if I can add something back. Yeah, sure. Why not? She's a teenager after all. Yeah, I like that. Okay, nice. I had low expectations and it actually turned out better than I thought it would. That's good. Then we have little Hal. Not very much going on with him, but I guess I can check for his hobby. Music. Yeah, that works, I think. Not sure about the eyebrows, though. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, I think the one I found was probably the best one. Good. Then that's Hal done, and moving on to... Oh, poor Desdemona. She's really sad. She wants to make a friend, so maybe let's lock that one in. Right, and her hobby is also science. I feel like it's too much at this point. Like, how many science sims can I have? I think I'm gonna just roll a d10 and see what I land on. She got tinkering. I don't really like that for her. I'm gonna try again. Games. I was more thinking about something more creative maybe, since she has that this fairy outfit on. I'm just gonna put her in arts just because I have so many science sims and I think that arts makes more sense for her. Yes, I think I'm probably gonna just remove the face paint. All right, I didn't find any hairstyle with 2 ponytails that I really felt was good in this case. So I think I'm gonna scrap that idea and try something else. Yeah, I think I might go with this one for her. All right, and if I add the face paint back, what does that look like? No, I think I'm gonna try without. Yeah, that one's cute. Maybe that one. I mean, she did kind of have a ballet outfit on. I guess I could just give her another ballet outfit and then that could be an interest of hers, possibly. Maybe I should give her music and dance like her brother then instead of arts and crafts, and they could have, like, he'd be interested in really loud metal music or something, and she's interested in the dance part of it. That could be interesting. Yeah, so let's try this traits, hobbies, and let's go with music instead. And it's just a little toddler left. She wants to learn how to walk. Nice. And she can't get any benefits. All right. And what is her hobby? Nature. That's fine. She can keep that. Yeah, that's cute. Let's just go with that for now. All right. And there we have all of them. All done. And with that, the entire Capp family is actually done. Oh, I forgot to set it to Sunday. There we go. All right then. So let's save here. And yeah, pick out the next family. All right, so I'm continuing on with Bianca Monty. And something that I realized that I forgot in the previous household was actually give them all cell phones. So I'm gonna go ahead and summon some of them in here just to give them cell phones. And I'm gonna start with setting it to Sunday, so don't forget that. Good. And then these two need to be aged into young adults. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. There we go. And speaking of aging, I need to figure out how old she should be. I'm actually gonna summon in Antonio just to see how old he is. Exactly, he's older than her, but she's supposed to be the oldest sibling. So maybe if I age him with 10 days later and I age her with 15, then she has 13 days left and he's going to have 12. How much older than her was he? Yeah, I think I want to just not think about that at the moment and leave that for later. And starting with Bianca then, let's roll for her secondary aspiration. Pleasure, apparently. And her lifetime wish. No, Mayor of 6 Children doesn't make any sense. I said it doesn't make any sense. No, 50 first dates doesn't make any sense either. Become visionary. Now that is interesting, because I'm pretty sure that her hobby is arts and crafts. Exactly. And I think that I was considering if she would be the arts professor, which would make sense then. I guess she would have taken the art major then. So now question is if I want her in the education career or if there is a career level in the artist career that could work. No, not really. So I think I'm gonna have her in the education career. Just that depending on what way I go with her, either she's going to aim for becoming the university principal, or I'm going to head into the artist career with her. I'm going to have to see. So, education, college senior professor, I think that is the one. Yeah, and she's going to need a job stop initor. I'm going to do the same thing again here, that I just temporarily remove the glasses. I actually really like this on her. It was like the second thing I clicked on, but I think I'm going to go with this. Yeah, that's just really pretty. So, taking into account that she has an outfit that's completely black clothes on, and she is an arts professor, this really draws my mind to, this photographer that was always wearing a black polo neck shirt and black pants and everything. So I think I might just go with inspiration from that and see what I can find. Yeah, that's good. That's perfect. So that's where you're every day. Very nice. Yeah, so let's move over to her son then, Sebastian. And I wanted to give him some body hair, so I think set 1 is going to be fine for him. And let's see what his secondary aspiration is. Grilled cheese? Nope, don't think so. Okay, so it's knowledge. He's bisexual. And he has the cuisine hobby. Okay, all right. And what is his lifetime wish right now is police chief. But if I randomize it, it's police chief again. Okay. I mean, I guess in the story he comes to Viola's rescue, I think. So maybe that makes sense. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna keep it for now. Yeah, so he has an undeclared major at the moment then. I think I'm gonna start him out like that, and I'm gonna see what it feels like when I start playing with him. So I ended up just giving him this random hair when I created him. So maybe something else would work as well. I did get some comments on that speed build video that it might be fun to play around with gender roles for these two, since that is sort of what the story calls for. That could also affect my choices here. I've been going through my hairs and I feel like nothing looks perfect on him, but I think that this at least gives, like, it makes me think a little bit about Mediterranean style, I guess. And it has long hair, so that is not typically masculine. I think this will work. I've already given him some nice eyebrows. And maybe some more intense makeup for him then. I think something like that, like maybe just a slight tint of something there. Like maybe he's starting to experiment a little bit. That could be interesting. So yeah, let's try that. Another great comment that I got about this was also the fact that back when these plays were first put up on stage, they were not allowed to have female actors. So then they would have male actors dressing up as women, and that is something that would be fun to incorporate somehow in this neighborhood as well. I'm not going to go very heavy-handed with it, I don't think, but just a little nudge in that direction would be interesting. That being said, I don't really have that many options for going with something like that. Something like this might work. Let's try that and see. Yeah, pretty pleased with that. That makes sense. And then we have Viola. So she is straight and her hobby is also cuisine, which makes sense if she has practically the same personality as her cousin. She got the popularity secondary. 6 grandchildren. Yeah, sure. I mean, I guess that could make sense for her. Yeah. I think that is a good option, actually. Let's try that. Yeah, I think I want to keep this a little bit more simple then. I was going for something that's not very feminine, but I ended up with something that looks like something someone far older would wear. I think I need to rethink this. Yeah, okay, so let's try this again. Let's just buy every day this time. I think going with these pants might be okay. I was sniffing around these hoodies, and they might actually be the way to go. Yeah, that looks way more youthful and not that feminine. Yeah, good. Then I'm done with those makeovers as well. Let's move over to next family. So next up is the Chun family, and I'm starting here with Jonathan, who is the family patriarch, I guess you could say. And he's going to be the head of the local university, so it's going to have to be the education career for him. Oh, have I already? Oh, he already has a job. Oh. I guess he has some kind of job. I don't know what that job is, but let's give him the education one. And what is actually level 9? College Dean of Students, what's that? I guess that makes sense if he is the dean. I think that is headmaster, right? Because I think that the next step is like Minister of Education or something like that. That's more political. Yeah, exactly, Education Minister. Yeah, no. So he is straight. I'm going to set it to high and not low. And his hobby is nature. Okay. I think I'm going to set him to faithful. That feels right. And then his secondary aspiration is fortune. Makes a lot of sense. He wants to max out 7 skills, which also makes sense. And then his major. I think he would have had psychology, actually. I'm going to also adjust his skills. Yes, that's pretty low. But I feel like he should have built at least some more charisma through his work. And if he's interested in nature, he should have worked on cleaning as well. I guess logic can be a bit low. And the thing with Jonathan is that this is actually his second marriage. He used to be married to Gina, and this used to be, well, Jihoon used to be his heir, but he's estranged now, or I guess disinherited or something like that. So he should be pretty old. Maybe if I set him to birthday and then make him a bit younger. Yeah, then he's gonna age up in 11 days. Yeah, that's good, I think. And he's going to have a very young wife because these are her sisters, and I think I want one of them to only just have started at university and the other one to still be a teenager. So I think I want her to be a little bit older since she has a child. So I guess I'm gonna age her with like 10 days. Another alternative is that they are twins, of course, but I don't think I want that. So let's make Nancy the younger one. And then I'm gonna age Chris into a young adult. Yeah, good. I think that's it for the ages. Yeah, that works, I think. Let's go with that. And he also needs some wrinkles. I feel like this is excessive, but this is too little. I guess I'm gonna go with that. Could add in some more stuff here. Yeah, that's better, I think. I kind of feel like I need something that makes him look a little older somehow. He looks really youthful. And also that lipstick made his lips appear too orangey. Yeah, that's better. I think I can try a pair of glasses and see what that looks like. And maybe that works. He still looks really youthful, but I guess that's just what it is. I don't mind this suit. I actually think that works really well with who he's supposed to be as well. So I'm gonna keep that, but change everything else. And I realized that I forgot to give him body hair, so I think I'm just gonna give him set 3. So there we have him. And then let's continue with his wife, Gretchen, who is a romance sim, actually. She also has a mysterious career, but she doesn't have a job, I see. Take a look at her traits. Arts and crafts, apparently. Okay, and I think I'm gonna make her faithful as well. I think that most sims actually in this neighborhood is gonna be believing in the Watcher. Okay, so she got knowledge as her secondary. Game designer. No, I don't think that makes sense. Does it? City planner. That makes more sense if she's interested in arts and crafts. But I'm not sure if she needs to work. Maybe she wants to work. Is she lazy? She's very lazy, actually. I think I'm gonna keep it for now, but I'm not sure if I want her to have a job, actually. Maybe this more means that she wants to be involved in the government of this town. Like she wants to be in politics, and she might want to use her wealth and renown for that purpose. So she wants to somehow plan this, not city, but this town, and have a say in how that goes. She wants influence, I guess. Yeah, that makes sense to me. So I'm just going to go ahead and give them all cell phones now. So she also can call and quit her pretend job. But I guess she would have attended college anyway. So I guess she could have studied art then, since that's her interest. Yeah, that's going to work, I think. Yeah, I think that should work, probably. Yeah, looking good. So next up is Chris, and she still has the last name Cho, as does Nancy. So that was Gretchen's maiden name. So starting with Chris here, let's check her secondary aspiration. Pleasure, and she wants to become a celebrity chef. Okay, she is straight, and her hobby is actually cuisine. So I guess that that fits then. I was trying this theory out, and actually, I think I'm gonna go with this just straight off the bat. It fitted her really well. Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah, that works nicely, I think. And we have little Nancy, who is a family sim and straight as well. And she is interested in tinkering. All right. And I mean, looks like all the jobs are kind of messed up in this neighborhood for some reason. Looks like she's supposed to have something, so I guess I'm gonna have her call and quit work as well. There we go. It's still there. She still has that job thing. Maybe I have to sort of change the jobs out first before they call or something. And I guess just thinking if I want Nancy to have a part-time job, I might as well just take this opportunity. Let's go with education then, maybe. Now it should be resolved. Yeah, good. Perfect. And now she actually doesn't have a job. Nice. Okay. So she is a playground monitor. Speaking of which, she has 1 point in mechanical. That's it. I'm gonna have to take a look at what the art major brings. Yeah, good. And what was her hobby again? Arts and crafts. Yeah, makes sense then that she has most in creativity. That's better. Yeah, that's fine, I think. Yeah, I think that works. Yeah, perfect. Then the last one up is little Rebecca. She's interested in music. I was thinking maybe I should keep the little ballerina bun, but looking at it like this, I don't think I want to. Maybe something like this would be better. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with this. I mean, she could be interested in ballet as well if her hobby is music and dance. And she did have a ballerina bun on to start out, so I guess that makes sense. Very good. So that's actually that family done as well. Okay, great. So yeah, let's go to the next family. So we've jumped places in town, and we're here with the Seavey family. And yeah, starting with setting the day to Sunday. And yeah, so we have Gina here, who is working as a maid. So I need to start by giving her that career. Okay, I think that's actually level 1. So I think I wanna level her up at least a little bit. That's level 3, and then she has to work on her charisma. That's fine. So question is then, what is her background? I am kind of thinking that Gina is someone that Jonathan married for love, and that she might have been from a different social class than him originally as well, maybe. So then I probably shouldn't give her a major. I don't normally play like that because I like my Sims to have all of the want slots, but yeah, I think I'm gonna do that in this case. Yeah, I think that she should be like middle age or something like that, or maybe a little bit older even. Yeah. So she's closer to Jonathan in age, but still a little bit younger. I think that makes sense. Okay, so she is a secondary popularity sim. She wants to have 20 simultaneous best friends. Okay, well, this is interesting. I guess that Jonathan didn't marry her for love then. Or maybe he did, but she was just faking it. Maybe she was like gold digging in some way. And then he found that out. And yeah, I guess that might have been a very good way, actually, for him to have ended up breaking things off with her, that he found out that she's not interested in him whatsoever and that she broke his heart that way. And it could actually also be the case then that Ji-hoon is not his biological son, maybe? Maybe she got herself inseminated or something. I don't know. Well, that's an interesting twist. And her hobby is tinkering, all right. I think I want to randomize that because that's gonna be closely connected to her personality and aspiration then, I think. So in this case, I want to change it. I got tinkering again, though. Nature is okay. Nature is better. I'm gonna go with that. Well, that certainly was a twist. But okay, giving her a cell phone, him as well. Yeah, I'm going with that one. Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah, that works. Yeah, nice. And then we have her son. I'm just trying to think how old he would have been when all of it went down. Yeah, maybe this age is appropriate. So we have knowledge. He is straight and his hobby is science. Okay. I think I'm going to randomize that as well because of the connection to the knowledge, aspiration, and personality. Or, well, let's try this again then. 9. Sports. Okay. Sports it is. I'm going to put him as agnostic, but because I don't know whether he would believe in the Watcher or not. He's been through some hardships in his life after all, so it's either sink or swim here. So I'm gonna leave him as agnostic for now. Right, does he have... Yeah, he has the same issue with the part-time job, but he should really have a job as well, I think. Right now, okay, he wants to be in the architecture career. I mean, why not? He can be that. So he's a cement mixer. Yeah, again, that's too cute to pass up. Let's go with that. Yeah, here we have them. Yeah, that's it for the two of them, actually. So yeah, next family. And here we have Keith and Demi Love. So starting with Demi, she is a fortune sim, also with no career. Something has obviously happened there. Romance secondary, actually, which suits her last name quite well, I must say. She wants to be a rock god, okay. And her traits, she is straight and... Right, I wanted to randomize her hobby. Tinkering. She's not very interested in music dance at the moment, if she wants to be a rock god. But I guess she wants to be famous. She wants to be admired for something and household name, I guess. She wants to be a performer. So if she wanted to go into music, I think there's only one major. No, there's two actually. There's literature and economics. I feel like literature makes more sense for her, so I'm giving her that. think I'm just gonna give her some random job so she can quit. Let's just go with slacker. I had that earlier as well. And then give cell phone, call work. Well, actually, she can be a record store clerk. That actually makes sense in that case. Yeah, I'm gonna keep her at that. I do, though, get some different vibes from her. I think maybe I want her to be an atheist in this case. That works, I think. Yeah, goodie. And then we have Keith, and he is her little brother. So he's quite young, and they do already have a few Sims now who is freshly young adults. So I don't want him to be the exact same age. So I think that maybe I'm gonna age him with 5 days. And that way he actually ages up in 2 days. And he's gonna enter college at the same time as, I guess, Tybalt and maybe Mercutio. He's also straight, and I think I'm gonna randomize, but I mean, film and literature isn't normally tied to family, is it? That's a bit interesting. I'm not sure. I feel like it fits him, and I don't. It's pretty rare, I feel like, to get film and literature naturally, so I'm gonna keep that for him, I think. And I'm gonna make him agnostic as well then. So let's see if he goes the same way as his sister or in the opposite direction. Does he have a job? He does. Okay, what does he want to do? Graduate children, so nothing to do with careers. I guess he could be a slacker as well. I think I'm gonna give him 1 extra level, just so that he actually can reach the top if I push for it, you know, since he only has 2 days left. I kind of like that hair for him, but the problem is that this hair doesn't come in the same shade as his sister's hair. So, but they don't need to have the same shade just because they're siblings. He can have that. And some stubble, I think. Yeah, so there they are. Looking good. Yep, and we're moving on. Next up is 2 roommates. We have Nathen Custer and Gary McCullough. And, well, we have Gary at the top here. So let's start with him. And they're both romance sims, actually. So this might be an interesting household to play eventually. Yeah, let's start with Gary here then. Grilled cheese. Family. Okay. And he wants to have 20 simultaneous lovers, I see. So he is also straight and he has games, but I'm gonna randomize that one. Number 2, so he's interested in tinkering. And he also has a blank job. Okay. Like this is the family that I was thinking that they would either own the business below. Yeah, maybe that's what I should go with. Either that or the pub, but someone else could own the pub. Maybe I should do Gary before I decide. This is knowledge. Oh, sorry, Nathen, of course. Nathen. Knowledge. He wants to go into media. Okay. Straight. And yeah, I'm gonna randomize his hobby as well. Music. Okay. I guess media makes sense then. Yeah, I think then in that case, I'm gonna allow Nathen to pursue that at least. So I'm gonna give him the literature major. The problem is that if I decide to go with the business solution for him, then his work hours is probably gonna be, daytime. And then I would want to put him in the slacker career as a convenience store clerk. However, if I want him to be the owner of the pub, I probably want him to work late. And then it would make more sense to put him into the bartending career or something like that. The alternative is that I put the Mace family in charge of the pub, or that what is his name? Something Ryan, the guy in the middle of the picture here, Curtis Ryan, not a knowledge sim. He could be in charge of the pub because the guy to the left of him, Heath Turner, is going to be the bartender. So I guess maybe it makes sense that they would live together instead. So I should probably aim for Gary to own this community a lot, and it also makes more sense since he's living on top of it, the same as I probably want the Love family to own this one, which makes sense because I did put her in the slacker career, actually. I could give her a record store. Anyway, so long story short, let's give him the philosophy major and the slacker career. And he should have one less level, I think. Yeah, exactly. And then a job stopinator. Good. Then that's decided. What does this community lot even cost? Yeah, he can afford it, actually. There we go. Now he's the owner. Good. All right, then. So with that being said, got all of that set up. And Nathen, I guess he can be in the journalism career. Why not? Yeah. And I need to fix their skills as well. Right, and his hobby was tinkering, so I guess more in mechanical and yeah, music and dance. And he has quite a lot in creativity. Good. So some body hair then, I guess. Set 1 for him and 3 and 4 for him. Annoyingly, I feel like the eyebrows are a different color. I think they are. Maybe I need to go back to this. Yep, okay. Yeah, there we go. There we have Gary. Let's continue with the Nathen. Yeah, I think that's good. Looks like a romance sim in this hair. Great. So both of them are ready. It's just the ages. I think I want them to be a little bit older than this. I'm not sure how much though. I'm gonna roll a d8 for Gary. 8, so he's gonna be 8 days older. Go. And what about Nathen? 3. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Then it's the next family. And here we have some more roommates. This is Pamela Custer, Regina Hutchins, and Arianna Macbeth, another maid. So she's actually first up here. So I'm going to go ahead and start with her. So she's got knowledge secondary. 20 simultaneous best friends. That's the same want that Gina got, who's also a maid. So I feel like I don't want 2 maids with the same. Okay, ecological guru. Is that something that I want? If I go to traits, right, so I probably want to randomize this. 8 is film and literature. I'm not sure that this makes a lot of sense. I kind of feel like she should be fresh out of college and that she has studied something that perhaps she is not getting employed in straight away, maybe. So if she's interested in film and literature, I guess she could have studied literature. I have quite a few of those sims here, but I think it also makes sense with this kind of town to have a lot of art and film and literature type of sims. That means that I want her also to be this young as well. So I'm gonna keep her like that. And I need to give her the maid job. Okay, and she did not start at the level 1. That's good. And this is level 3. That's fine. And again, checking with the literature major then. I'm not gonna lower anything, I'm only raising. In her case, I only raised quite a bit. That's nice. So she has quite a lot of skills. This is still baffling me though. I don't feel like that makes sense. Neither does that. Icon. Here's another aspiring idol then. She's not really gonna be able to do that in this town, but that's fine. I guess maybe she's working as a maid and trying to find any such opportunities. There is a theater in town after all, so she could be trying to cozy up with the Summerdream family. Yeah, that one actually does make sense, I think. I think that's good. There we go. And next up is Pamela Custer, so that is Nathan's sister. And I ended up aging him with 3 days. So I guess I'm gonna do the same thing here, then I'm gonna roll a d8. 6. Makes sense. She got family as a secondary. Another one of those ones. I think I might want to try re-rolling that. Media, the same as her brother. Well, I do like it when you get the lifetime wish from the secondary aspiration. I guess I'm gonna take that one then. Pamela is also straight and rolling for her hobby. Games. She's interested in games, is she? I'm just trying to think of what careers there should be here. I'm leaning towards education actually because there would be more teachers in town, obviously. I mean, playground monitor might be... I mean, that could work as well. I want them to have low-income jobs as they live together here because then it would make sense that they are seeking out roommates, especially if they live 3 together in the same house. So yeah, I think I'm gonna keep her, but she's probably gonna be promoted very quickly as I start to play her. But then I'm just gonna go with psychology, mind games. Yeah, this works, I think. I was just trying to see if that looks better, but actually no, it doesn't. Ooh, purple was nice on her. Let's go with that. So I picked out an everyday outfit for her that I actually ended up not liking, so I'm gonna go in and see if I can change it to something else. I think that's better. That's pretty cute. All right, and ending things with Regina. So she is the sister of April Turner, who has a teenage son. So I should put her at around middle age. So I guess her sister could be a little bit younger, but she should be at least 10 days older, I think. Got grilled cheese again. How many times is that now? Okay, fortune. Okay, she wants to actually be in the slacker career. I'm not sure if that fits. She's straight, and I'm gonna randomize this. She also got games. Guess that's fine. I don't think I want to go with slacker for her. She really wants the slacker job. Not sure about that one either. Don't want her to be a business owner. Visionary doesn't make sense. Space pirate. Okay, so she wants adventure. I could roll with that. She's not gonna work in that career now, though. Wow, she has maxed out logic and cleaning and almost cooking as well. I didn't pay attention to her skills. I need to fix that. Okay, so it looks like adventure is only in one major. Guess which one it is? Literature. Yeah, but I guess let's go with literature again then. So other careers that you could have in the literature one is music, entertainment, criminal, show business, and slacker. She was very persistent with that slacker want. But I don't think I want her in that career. Something that I will need though is someone who is actually working in the Capp family restaurant, because the Monty family is going to have it as a family business. But for the Capps, I can't really see them serving the food themselves. So they're just going to run the business and then someone else is going to do the work. So I could see her being employed there. I'm not sure if I like how skilled she is in these things. So maybe I am going to take a look again at the literature skills she should have. She should have 1 in cooking, but I mean, I guess she can have 7. Logic should just be 1. I'm going to drop that down to 5, I think. And then cleaning should also be 1. Maybe logic should be 4 then, and keeping cleaning as 5. Because that way she could work towards becoming the chef if she's not the chef already at that restaurant. But that means that I need her to just have a job that she can resign from. Good. And then she can be employed at the Capp family business. Yeah, that's cute. yeah, there we go. I'm happy with that. Jumping straight ahead to the neighbor's house. And here we have some more roommates. We have Curtis Ryan, Heath Turner, and then Stephen Shylock. So in this case, we have Curtis first. So let's start with him. He's a knowledge sim, and he was the one that I thought should own the pub. Because I feel like I'm trying to reconsider here. I think I want him to own the pub so that I can employ Heath. And then he can actually be the bartender, but he's not going to be in the bartending career. So I should probably put Curtis in the bartending career. The other alternative is that Heath should be the owner, but I think I would rather see Heath as the bartender when I visit with my Sims. So, yeah, I think I'm going to do it like that for that reason. So I'm going to change out Curtis's career here to bartending. Exactly. So then the hours is 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. I feel like that makes a lot more sense. So he got family as his secondary, rich golden anniversary. He is gay. And I'm gonna randomize his hobby, film and literature. Nice. And I guess he can have studied economics then, if he wants to have a business. Yep. And he is the brother of Carol, who has a child. So I guess she's gonna be the older sibling, but he should at least be like 5 days older. Yeah, and I don't have to worry about locking it for promotion, but maybe I want to lock it for promotion anyway, because I don't want him to keep earning too much of a wage, since the money should come from the bar itself. So I think I'm going to put that in anyway. Yep, I feel like that beard needs to be there. I don't think that the hair and the beard is the same color. I think that the beard is darker. That's more red. So it's not the same color. That's too light. I think that actually is the closest, but maybe I want to see if I can adjust the hair color then. That should match better, I think. Yeah, I think that matches better. Good, I just forgot about the body hair, so I'm adding set 1 for him, and I think Heath could also have set 1, and Steven can have set 3. Yeah, so moving on to Heath, and he is actually also a brother of someone, and he has a teenager, so it's the same situation as for Regina Hutchins. What I think that I came up with as I was considering this family was that Heath was supposed to be the heir, but that he messed something up and got disinherited, and that he ended up working at the pub. But then it would make more sense that he's the pub owner. Or maybe it doesn't have to be like that. I guess he was left with nothing, literally. So he can't really get employment. Or maybe he really wanted to work like this. Maybe he got really disenchanted with the whole wealth and inheritance and that life that he grew up in, that he rebelled and ended up somewhere completely different, and that this is the type of life that he wants to live, maybe. So I think that Edward is going to be slightly over middle age, so I guess Heath should be pretty close to aging up. So I guess if I set him to his birthday and then go down instead, maybe a few days younger, maybe let's go with 15 days left. Got tinkering. Right, I made all of the Summer Dreams atheists. They don't believe in the Watcher, they only believe in their own magic. No, but I think that he could have still remained faithful after all of that. It might even be the case that his faith grew stronger, that he left his fate in the Watcher's hands. Popularity makes a lot of sense as well. He wants to be in the entertainment career. Well, I guess you could say that the pub is a kind of entertainment, isn't it? Yeah, so I guess in his younger life he would have tried to follow his family's wishes, and he would have probably studied something that would lead to a good career. Just gonna take a wild card and go with political science. Right, and I'm gonna leave him as unemployed. He actually was unemployed, that's good. Checking his skills here as well. I forgot to do that again with Curtis, but let's start with Heath. Maxed out charisma, I don't think so. Let's drop that down a bit. Apparently he's really, really fit. I guess I'm actually gonna make him fit then as well. So it actually makes sense. But he has 1 point left, so I can get that memory if he maxes it out. Less cooking than what I would have imagined. Let's give him 2 points at least. And let's check in on this. So yeah, that's fine. Okay then. Yeah, I'm gonna go with this one, I think. I kind of like that on him. He did have quite a wild hairstyle to start out after all, so let's continue with the same theme. Great. Then we only have Steven left. I feel like it could be a similar situation here, that he started to work as a maid to make a wage, but he is aiming for something else eventually. He's bisexual. Getting a lot of tinkering. I'm going to reroll that one. And film and literature again. Actually, those two are the ones that I'm getting now. Nature. Okay, that's a different one at least. Not getting a faithful vibe from him. So maybe agnostic. Let's see what I think later on. Knowledge. Game designer. Don't think I want to go with that. No, don't think so. Had plenty of that one as well. Okay, well, this makes more sense now then, since he's interested in nature. I think I'm gonna keep that one. And he needs to have the career. He's maxed out his cleaning. I don't know if I like that. He can be this young, I think. That makes sense to me. And what about his major? If he wants to be... I mean, biology screams like it should be the one, so I'm gonna go with that. He's bi and he studied biology. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Yeah, and I'm gonna move on to the last family in this area. So here's the Mace family. And Carmen is first in line. She's a fortune sim. Grilled cheese. Popularity. Okay. Cult leader. Oh god, okay. You know what? That actually makes me think that she would be the local priest. There's going to be 2 churches in this town, but there doesn't have to be 2 priests. There could be 1 priest for this district. So I think I'm going to actually make her my priest. That was unexpected, but I mean, this lifetime wish calls for it, I feel like. So yeah. And I'm randomizing hobby 5, so that's music. So she's going to be employed in one of my custom careers, Jacoban. Okay, and that is probably like level 1 or something. So let's see here if I can set it to... Is 5 good? Eye of Jacob. I don't think that's the one I want. What is 4? High Shepherdess. And the leader of your local area. That's the one I want. So I'm gonna lock that one in. And then this is the family that I'm going to purchase those 2 church lots with later on. So I'm just gonna take a look at paranormal. Okay, so it could be either philosophy, physics, or psychology. I think I'm gonna go with psychology in this case then. Right, and I'm gonna age her as well. I think I'm gonna go in the opposite direction with both of them actually. Yeah, I think that's fine. She needs some skills. Don't feel like that makes sense, the amount of cooking, so I think I'm gonna raise that a little bit. Yeah, I think that she's gonna keep herself pretty natural if she's that convicted to her faith. Maybe some slight wrinkles actually, if she's that old. Yeah. Do I want her to have glasses? Kind of feel like she should have glasses. That's good, I think. There we have her. All done. And then let's continue with Patrick. Grilled cheese. Family. Okay, well, he's not going to have 3 children. So that's a bit sad. But who knows? Who knows if he's going to have another kid? Keep rolling the same things. 9. Sports. So what else do I need in his neighborhood? I need someone else to also work at the Capp restaurant. Do I want him to be the chef? Then it would actually make sense that she doesn't have that many cooking skill points, and then he could be close to maxing that out. We go, and then I can just have him resign from that then. But he should have studied to work in culinary then. So that's art or philosophy. So I guess philosophy it is. Oh God, that color. I guess I'm not going with that then. Some body hair. Good. So Amar is straight and his hobby is also sports. So he's got that in common with his father. And he does have some kind of a job. And also, I don't want him to be the same age as Mallory. I'm not sure who should be the oldest though. I'm gonna roll a d6 for Amar. If it's 1 to 3, he is the youngest sibling, and if it's 4 to 6, he's the oldest. 1, so he's the youngest sibling. Okay, so I guess that Mallory can be like 3 days older, and he is interested in family at the moment. Not much else. Well, sports, I guess. So I can put him in the athletic career, and he's a water person. Maybe a little bit of stubble as well. Yeah, that's enough. Yeah, there we go. And then finishing up here with Mallory. Fitness. Okay, nice. Something different at last. What career then? I'm gonna give her slacker, and I'm gonna level her up to level 2. Gas station attendant. Yeah, that's good. Let's go with that. Yeah, great. So that was actually all of the families in this part of town. So yeah, let's move back to the neighborhood. All right, so full disclosure, I am exhausted. I've been working through half of the neighborhood now, and it's been hours. So I'm actually going to end this here and continue on another day with filming this. So I'll keep everything in the same video, but yeah, there'll be a cut here. Just to show you the progress, I've made over the Capp family and another Capp family, and then the third one. Then we have the Monty family here done, as well as the Chun family. And then we have the Seavey family done, the Love family, Custer, Hutchins, Ryan, and Mace. And then I'm going to continue on with these families and these families over here. So see you soon. Another day, another sleigh. Here I am again, and let's get going. Let's pick up where I left off and continue on with the Monty family. So here is the Monty Ranch. And let's take a little look here around. Looking nice with the other houses here as well. And they are actually randomly sitting at a Tuesday. So I think I'm gonna match them with what was going on at the Capp Manor, that they had Saturday afternoon, since it's after 6 p.m. It was over there as well. So I'm gonna set them to Saturday. It's going to be Sunday. And yeah, I guess I'm gonna initiate my first round with just playing these two families one time each to just finish up this Saturday and then start off with Sunday properly. So if we go ahead and start here with Patricio, and he is a sim that I can't really think of in any other way than that he is a parallel to Don Vito Corleone from The Godfather. I just see him in front of me. So I guess somewhat that I'm going to draw inspiration from that when I play with him. Not that I have a very long time to do so, because he is very close to passing away from old age. But yeah, I'm going to probably give him ownership of the Monty restaurant. Is that wise? That probably isn't wise, actually. I think it makes more sense, actually, if Antonio is the one who has the ownership, because I don't want Patricio or Isabella to actually go there to work, I don't think. Not sure how well it will be if I ask the teenagers to work, though, because they have school, of course, as well. Mercutio is going to go to university soon. Yeah, maybe it's a good idea that Antonio does have the ownership, and then I can call in these two as employees, maybe. Yeah, I think I'll aim for that. But I'm gonna take a look here at what Patricio Monte is like. We start with the traits. He has no preference at all, so I guess I'm gonna make him straight since he's married to a woman, and hobbies is cuisine. Makes a lot of sense. And his secondary aspiration is fortune. I think that actually also makes a lot of sense. Oh, I think I had one left. Let's go with the comfort soup then. He started out to graduate 3 children from college, and I think that I might end up just keeping that, because he did have 3 children, and I guess they did attend college, all of them. So he should have realized this, but maybe he can't really reap the benefits since one of his children died so young. Maybe that is a regret or something that lives on with him in this way. I'm keeping this. And then if we're checking culinary, it could be art, but I don't think he would have studied art. I could also go with philosophy, but somehow I'm drawn to literature, because that one is the major that's good for criminals. And somehow that rings more true for Patricio than anything else, I think. So even though it's not connected to culinary, I think I'm gonna go with literature then for him. Oh, it just says he's retired. It doesn't say what he's retired from. That's bizarre. Okay. Well, it's obviously the culinary career, but I don't know at what level he reached. He didn't reach the top of his career anyway, so I guess he could be a restaurateur. He was also fired. Yeah, started with the business career, right? But it was a positive memory that he got fired, and a positive memory that he lost Consort as his best friend. Yeah, he had his first kiss with Contessa and had Bianca straight after woohooing for the first time. Okay, yeah. And then we had these two in very short succession, apparently. And then all the grandkids. Okay. Well, this doesn't really make sense. He retired, and then he was promoted a bunch of times. What? Yeah, this is... I guess he never stopped working. He technically retired, but he kept working. He's someone like that. And then it would make sense that he's still working at the restaurant then if I call him in to work. But I think I'm going to just write him down in my notes as a retired restaurateur. He wants to have a family reunion. I'm going to lock that one in because I think that's really sweet. Right, so I don't think that I'm going to change much at all. I'm definitely going to add in wrinkles for him. It looks a bit muddy. So even though I kind of want that kind of severe wrinkles, I guess maybe I'm going to go with this one instead. And I actually think that that's the only thing I'm going to do with him. I'm going to add body hair set 1. I might go with something like this. It's still like a dress shirt and things. I don't have something with just suspenders, which would have been the best solution, but at least this one isn't too fancy, even though it's dressed up, you know? Got a few different colors here, but I think that this one is the most suitable one for him. Yeah, I think that one works nicely. There's this issue again that the body hair isn't really settling on him. I wonder if it's like the combination of skin type medium and then the body hair set to 1. Yeah, nothing is happening. What about another set? Yeah, that one did something, so I guess I'm just gonna layer some more on here. Yeah. And then let's continue with his wife, Isabella. Yeah, so it's the same issue here with her, that she's just retired. For her, she doesn't have any memories of being promoted after retiring, though. But yeah, I think that the same thing would go for her, especially since she's still quite young, that she would still be working. Oh, yeah, this was the thing, that she doesn't remember her children being born. That's how it was. All right. Start with the traits. She actually didn't have one either, so I guess I'm gonna set her straight as well. And her hobby is actually fitness. That's surprising. I guess she likes swimming in the pool at the back of the house then, maybe. All right, sure. And I guess I'm just gonna set her as the same thing then, a retired restaurateur. And well, for her, I think I'm just gonna go with psychology then. Then we have the secondary. Okay, so that's knowledge. And she wants to marry off 6 children. I kind of feel like that suits her really well as well, so I'm gonna keep that one as well. And I do have a hairstyle in mind that I think is gonna be kind of perfect for her. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, I like that on her. Looking good. Yeah, because I think that this one is a little bit too blood red for her. So it's either this one or this one. I think I like this one a little bit more, but I think I can also give her blush. Yeah, like that. Good. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with this one. It's in a brown color, which is what she has already. Yeah, I think that's good on her. Oh, this one doesn't come in a fat morph. I guess I'm gonna stick with this one then. No, this one is also not in a fat morph. Oh, that's annoying. Seriously, there should be something, shouldn't there? Let's go with this one then. That one should have it. No, I don't think it does. This looks very thin to me. Wow. This one is like Max's, for surely there it wouldn't be difficult to add a morph to this one. Guess I'm just gonna give her this one then. There we go. Oh, he looks so evil. My goodness. I actually forgot something, and that's to give her wrinkles. Maybe she shouldn't have as many as her husband, but at least something. Yeah, like that, I think. I kind of feel like something is missing on her face. I feel like I want to give her a beauty mark. I think I should have something like that somewhere. And these are just freckles and wrinkles. Maybe I have it under makeup. Huh. That's weird. I thought I had it, but I guess I don't. Oh well. Okie dokie. Then next we have Mercutio and his traits. He is straight and he has the nature hobby. They're gossiping about his sister. Okay. I was kind of thinking I was going to go with this, but now that I see it on him, I'm not so sure anymore. I actually think that this one is better in that case. I think this is the alternative. But I'm pretty sure I like this one better on him, actually. So I'm going to go with this one. Yeah, some stubble makes sense, I think. Yeah. That looks like Mercutio, all right. So Romeo is also straight and his hobby is arts. I feel like this hair is very Romeo coded, but I think there was another one that I was considering. Yeah, I was also thinking about this one. And I kind of feel like if there's one sim you should use this hair for, it's Romeo Monty. So I think I'm going with this one. I shouldn't pass up this opportunity. Not sure if I want him to have stubble or not. Yeah, I think it adds a little something. Let's give him that. I might go with something like this. Yeah, I think I'll try it and check because I can't really find anything better. Yeah, I think that's fine. There he is. Great. And let's move on to the next Monty family. And here we have Antonio and the twins. Starting off with just setting it to Sunday and taking a look at Antonio. So I was going to age him by like, what was it that I landed on? 10 days, I think. I'm just gonna summon in his sister. Let's check how old I made her. No, now she's younger than him. So I guess 5 days younger again then. Right, so then he has 17 days left and she has 13. Yeah, makes sense to me. Right. And he is straight, but I think that I decided to set him as gay based on the Shakespearean stories around several of the Antonios. And he had an arranged marriage after all, a loveless one. Or maybe he's bisexual. It's more tragic if he actually was in love with Hero, but she was in love with his brother. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Got grilled cheese. Fortune. Okay. Okay, so he might have wanted to go into the medical field, but I guess he was driven by duty in this case, a duty to his family. Yeah, can keep that one for him. But yeah, I don't think I checked what his hobby was. Science. Another science sim, huh? All right. I guess that makes sense then if he's interested in science and he wanted to go into the medicine career. So I guess he would have studied psychology then. I'm giving him body hair set 1. Wow, I've tried this hair on a bunch of different sims in this neighborhood, but I feel like this really suits him for some reason. Yeah, I'm sticking with this one. I actually think that I like this sort of heavy beard on him the most out of the options. So I'm sticking to this one. And for him, I actually think that these clothes are very suitable. So I doubt I'm going to find anything better, actually. I can have a look, but I think I'm going to stick with them. Yeah, no, I've had a look, but as I thought, I can't really find anything better. So I'm going to keep him in this suit. And he can have Speedos, sure. And I'm going to also give him a cell phone. I just realized that I forgot to do that in the other family, so I'm gonna fix that quickly. Then we just have the kids. So let's just check their traits. Beatrice has the hobby arts. Okay. And Benedict has nature. Okay. So that's actually the same ones as their cousins, or actually their older brothers. Mercutio and Romeo, because I decided to go with that idea that they are actually biologically not Antonio's children. They are his brother's, Claudio's children, with the hero, before she faked her death and disappeared. Yeah, I think I'm going with this one for now. I think she might also enjoy ballet, actually. Might end up making a ballet studio in this town as well, because seems like there are quite a few kids who like ballet. Good. So there we have little Beatrice. Let's continue with Benedict. Yeah, this one suits quite well, I think. Yeah, there is little Benedict as well. All done. All right, so next up is the next door neighbor, Turner. So the first thing I have to think about is their ages, and both Edward and April have siblings. So I'm just gonna start by summoning them in to just double check so I do this correctly. Right, so Heath was supposed to be the older brother, and he has 15 days left. And Regina was supposed to be the younger sister, and she has 25. So April should have, I guess, around 20 days left. So I'm going to age her with 15 days. So she has 20 days, and her sister has 25. Yeah, good. And for him, it was 15. So Edward, I guess Edward could actually be the exact same age as his wife. Yeah, that makes sense. You guys know each other, right? Yes, I did create relationships for you, and even to the siblings. Good. Then I'm happy. Let's clear them off. And I guess let's start with April then. So she's a romance sim. She's not particularly attracted to her husband, but it was arranged, I guess. And we need to have Sunday. She is straight and right, I'm going to randomize her hobby. Tinkering. Got grilled cheese. Knowledge. Okay. Become city planner. I guess that makes sense if she is interested in the mechanical, well, tinkering. She is supposed to have a job, it says here. I guess the logic here could be the same as for the other wealthy wife on the other side in the Chun family, that this just means that she wants to be involved in politics, kind of. So she wouldn't exactly have a job. So I think I'm gonna just do this careers and put her in the slacker career and then have her resign. There we go. Then she's unemployed. So question is what she could have studied then. And mathematics maybe could make sense for her if she has a knowledge secondary, she's interested in tinkering, and she had dreams of maybe getting involved in city planning at some point. Yeah, I'm going with that. Yeah, I think that this hair is going to work quite well for her. Either that or that. And maybe this one is even better because it's super fancy. Yeah, I'm going with this one. Yeah, I think this one might work with these kinds of shoes probably. Yeah, that works well, I think. So let's move on to her husband, Edward, a fortune sim. Also straight. And he got the music hobby. Okay, so he actually got the romance secondary. Okay. Okay. That's certainly a plot twist. Yeah, I don't think that I have another married man who is having a straying eye in this neighborhood yet, so that might add some interesting aspects to this, especially if his wife is actually a romance sim. Yeah, okay, sure. Right, so I never ended up deciding on what kind of business this family should have. So I guess just going with business is a good solution to that then. I'm gonna give him economics, and I'm also going to give both of them actually the traits they're supposed to have. Not the traits, the skill points, I mean. Right, and his hobby was music, so you can have another one in creativity. I guess she's gonna have a little bit more in cooking then if she's technically a home wife and he is running some kind of business. Yes, I'm gonna just change his career then. I feel like junior executive might be a little bit low. Even executive, sure. Senior manager is at least a lot better. Yeah, I'll go with this one, I think. Makes sense that he would be cleanly shaven if he's a businessman. There we have him as well, and then the only one left then is their son, Ralph. He's also straight, and I'm gonna randomize this. Okay, so he got tinkering just like his mother. Yeah, and I'm gonna keep him this age as well, I think. Yeah, that one works well, I think. Yeah, nice. So that's the Turner family all done as well. So yeah, I'm gonna move across the river to the last part of the town. So this is the McCullough family, and at least Carol has a sibling, right? So that's Curtis, and actually also Victor has a brother. That is Gary. So I need to take a look at their ages as well. Okay, so Gary has 27 days left and Curtis has 30 days left. So I guess it makes sense that both of them are the younger siblings. Yeah, so maybe Victor can have 20 days left. So I would age him with 15 days and I can age Carol with 10 days. Then she has 25 days left. Then he's 7 years older than his brother. That's fine. Maybe I should drop him down with like 3 days. Now it's 23 days and he has 27. Yeah, good. And she has 25 and he has 30. Good. Yeah, that makes sense. So let's start with Victor. Film and literature. Okay, so he has a pleasure secondary aspiration. Have 6 grandchildren. I feel like I've had plenty of that already, so I'm gonna reroll that one. Game designer. It's not really speaking to me. I'm gonna try another one. Back to the grandchildren. I don't think Icon is a good one for him. Now this might actually be something. Police chief. I could see him being a police officer. That's actually something that I don't have in this town yet. Someone who's in the law enforcement career. So yeah, that might be a good idea actually. I think I want him to have studied psychology then in that case. Yeah. It's either that or biology. Yeah, but I think that psychology fits better in this case. Okay, he starts as a desk surgeon, sure. That actually makes sense. But I need to match the skills. I think I might go with this one. Now let's see, whose brother was it who had glasses? Neither, actually. Okay, so I was kind of feeling like I wanted him to have glasses. Yeah, I think that works. Yeah, there he is. But I think I also want him to have like set number 1 for body hair. And then we have his wife, Carla. They're actually both family sims. That's pretty sweet. And they have a fair attraction to each other as well. So that's nice. Wait, is it Carol or Carla? Okay, so Carol is the mother, Carla is the daughter. Okay. I randomized it to sports, but I kind of liked nature for her though. I think I'm gonna keep nature actually this time. Oh, okay. Well, I randomly rolled romance secondary. I see. Become a rock god. This seems pretty random for her. I think I want to randomize that one. Same one again. No, I don't want her to be a serial romantic. Celebrity chef. Now that's interesting. Her brother is a pub owner. I could see him having employed her, actually. But that would mean that I need to have a working kitchen if she is going to serve food at the pub, which would be nice, actually, for them to be able to go and eat there. Yeah, I might do that then. So I'm just gonna do the same thing to her then, that I'm going to give her the slacker career, but I'm gonna keep her unemployed, and then I'm going to have her, have her brother employ her as a chef. Right, so culinary, what was that? Philosophy or art? No, I think philosophy for her then. And I gave him his skills, but I didn't give her skills. So she got 4 cooking skills from that. I actually don't think that's enough if she's going to work, even if it's a pub. So the level probably doesn't need to be that high, but I mean, 6 points at least. I think it's fair to say. Yeah, that was good, I think. Nice. That's perfect. So then we have a little Carla left. So she started with sports, but I'm randomizing it. 7. Oh, that's arts. Okay. Yeah, that's cute. Going with that one. So here we have the whole family then. All right, and I'm continuing on with this lane. So next up is the McCarthy family. So here we have Trista and Kendra. And something that I wanted to do just straight off the bat was age Krista down to a young adult. There we go. Interesting choice of clothing. Because then Kendra is 7 days younger than her sister, but I think that's a little bit excessive as well. So I think I'm going to age her with 2 days. Then she has 5 days left as a teenager. setting it to Sunday, and yeah, both of them are actually knowledge sims in this case. Trista is straight. She got the music hobby. And I think that these two would be not atheists, but agnostics. Okay, so her secondary is pleasure, and she wants to join the journalism career apparently. So I'm going to just let her stay undeclared until later when I have played with her a little bit. I'm just wondering if she does have work, so she's also locked in some kind of a career. So I'm gonna I could allow her to have a job though, since she is taking care of her younger sister. Yeah, I could have her as another employee. So in that case, I'm going to set her to no career at the moment. So she can call and resign from that. And then it might be that I need to have another one at the Capp restaurant or at the pub. So either one of those. Yeah, this one was the one that I said no to for Juliet. But I would like to use it in this neighborhood since it's so romantic. So I'm actually going to go with it for Trista instead, I think. Okay, good. So here we have Trista in her outerwear at the moment, but yep, there we go. All right, and then Kendra, it's your turn. So also straight, and I'm randomizing. Number 4 is science again, so she has science. Right, and she's supposed to have a job as well, but I guess if she has science as her hobby, she might be interested in something like medicine, so I think I'm gonna give her that. Yeah, so she's a nursing home attendant. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep with the romantic theme and give this one to her. It's similar but not the same as the one her sister has. So Kendra is done as well. And it's the next family here, the Butler family. All right, so Adrian, I don't think, has any siblings. No, exactly. But Carla has a sister, Gina, and I'm pretty sure I want Gina to be the older sibling. So I'm gonna summon her in here as well to check her age. 15 days left. Okay, so I guess I can age Carla with 20 days then. No, not 20 days, 15 days, I mean. So she has 20 left. And I might actually flip the script for this family and make Adrian younger than his wife. That has, overall throughout this neighborhood, has it normally been the husband who is the older one, but I think it would be interesting to have one family that's not actually following that same pattern. So I might actually just age him with 10 days. And then we have their 3 kids, and no, I could see 2 of them being twins. I think maybe the boys are twins and they can be this age, but Catherine would be a little bit older then, so I think I'm gonna age her with 3 days. So she has 3 days left, and they have 6 days. All right, so Carla is a fortune sim with a romance secondary aspiration, apparently. She wants to earn a bunch of money. I got cuisine with her. I think I might keep her in sports actually, because I don't think I have very many in sports, and I have quite a lot of them in the cooking. Okay, well, she's someone who's aiming for a top career of some kind then. Maybe I should randomize the major for her by rolling a d12. 2. So that's philosophy. What could she get from philosophy? Journalism, culinary, paranormal, slacker. That doesn't work very well. Unless I put her in the journalism career, she could be like a sports columnist. Yeah, that might work actually. Right, okay. And she has quite a lot of skills, but I guess she could be a hard worker. So she's really, really studied quite a lot then. She's only got 1 point in body though. And she's very active, so I'm not sure if that makes sense. Maybe I should drop down mechanical to 3 and raise body to 6 and then make her fit. Yeah, I think I want that. And then I think I also want her to... No, but I mean, she needs to build up her skills to get promoted anyway, so I think this is fine actually now that I think about it. Nice. So there we have her already. And let's move over to her husband. Okay, he got the games hobby. So knowledge is his secondary aspiration. I feel like that suits him quite well. Seems like the calm, homey type. A game designer, aspiring person. But in this case, it makes sense because he has the games hobby. So I guess I'm gonna let him keep that one. So physics goes with gamer, also maths, and those are the two. Yeah, but that is actually interesting then because I think that I don't have a sim yet who's in the medicine career. Any of the adults, that is. Exactly, I just have a teenager. So that would actually make sense then that he studied physics and went into medicine. Okay, so he's an intern, and I think that's a pretty good level for him. Yeah, that could work, I think. Well, it's barely noticeable, but he does have a beard now. It's there, I promise. And I think I want to give him glasses as well. Nah, somehow it doesn't look right. Not sure why. I guess let's just go with this then. Completely forgot about the body hair. So I'm just giving him set 3. Nice. And then we have Catherine. So right now she has music, but I'm gonna randomize that, I think. 7. Yeah, so that's arts, okay. Yeah, that's cute. Yeah, here's the little girl. Great. Now where are the brothers? So Orlando is first. Actually, finish them off at the same time here. So Orlando, he got cuisine, okay. And Scott got games, I think. Yep. Right, so Orlando is done, and I think I'm gonna actually use the same hair and clothing for Scott, and let's see if they look more like twins that way, maybe. Yeah, I feel like they look more like twins this way. That's good. Okay, great. So there's actually only one family left now, and that is the Summerdream family. All right, so there's this party ongoing, I think, if everything is working as it should. So when I start time, things might pop up here. Let's see what happens. But most of the teenagers are standing out here on the dancing arena, but not all. I don't see Juliet, for example. I think it might be, yeah, and her and Miranda isn't here either, but I guess she was in the family bin, so that makes sense. But both Tybalt and Hermie are here, at least, and Romeo and Mercutio. It seems odd. I feel like Juliet should be here as well. Oh well. I guess I can summon her in. There we go. Now she can be here with her friends. That makes more sense. Right, so we have the fairies here. Oberon is in his trunks for some reason. And so he's a home video editor, and I wanted actually to lock that for him so he can't be promoted. Right, and Titania is a party DJ. I think I wanted her to somehow be an actress. I'm not sure which career path to go with. She's going to be an actress here after all. So maybe I don't want them to have jobs at all, because this is going to be a home business. It doesn't really make sense for them to have a home business and then also go away to work, does it? So I think actually that I'm just going to have them both resign. And then if we think about their ages, they are extremely young for having these kids. And I mean, the idea here is that they are supposedly having adopted Puck and Bottom. But the issue here is that my plans is that they're actually going to be their biological children, just that they are changelings. So the adopted kids are actually placed out with families somewhere that they have picked up Puck and Bottom without their knowledge and use their fairy magic to make the mothers and all of their related people forget sort of what the child used to look like and all of those things. So for me, it doesn't really make sense. On the other hand, they should have fairy magic, but I still think I want them to age normally. So I think I might age them with 15 days each. There we go. And Oberon was already a little bit older, so he has 18 days left and she has 19. Yeah, I think that's better. And we're also on a Tuesday here after 6 p.m. So I'm going to do the same thing here, that I'm going to set it to Saturday instead. Let's take a look here at, I mean, he has the knowledge aspiration. He is straight and he has the cuisine hobby. I think that I'm going to change it to film and literature. That makes more sense to me. Popularity is his secondary aspiration. He wants to become the major. That's funny. Is he interested in politics? I guess he's a bit fascinated with the human world then, that he wants to influence things more perhaps than Titania does. Okay, well, power-hungry fairy apparently. I think I'm just gonna give them both philosophy majors. They might have like attended university to sort of blend in with the other sims, but I don't think they would have really gone all in for it. Maybe Oberon was a little bit more interested in it since he's a knowledge sim though, but also they were in the slacker careers, so I think that's fine. And I think I might just keep this hair for him actually. I was considering giving him this one, but it's just so bright orange. But now that I actually look at him with it on, it doesn't look as bad as it did on the other sim that I tried it on. What if we remove this mask? I actually think that's fine. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep that for him. Yeah, I think that works. And I think I am gonna just keep him without body hair. See what I think about it. Just gonna sneak a glance at what the teenagers are doing. Yeah, something is going on over here. That's to be expected. So Oberon is done. Yeah, that's good. What is going on over here? Yeah, it looks like poor Mercutio is being bullied. Yeah, Juliet especially looks suspicious, and also Romeo seems also like he's at the short end of the stick. All right. And the Puck has fled, it seems, as well. Where are you going? You don't have to look at that all the way over there. So, right, I was going to give her the philosophy major as well. She's bisexual. She has the arts and crafts hobby. That makes a lot of sense. You know what? Just for the fun of it, I think it makes sense maybe to make them both bisexual, because they're going to be, you know, basically hunting down human sims and tempt them, draw them into temptation. So I'm going to do that just to give them all of the options. 5, so that is knowledge. Ecological guru makes no sense whatsoever. Unless I actually think of it as her wanting to like spread her genes and conduct tests on the humans. Yeah, maybe that's actually that's fun. So that's how I'm gonna interpret it. And I actually downloaded this hair especially for her, so I think that this is pretty much perfect. Yeah, I want it in the darker color. I like this green color on her eyes. Maybe I can find something that looks similar. This one, I think. Yeah, that should work. No, I think I'm gonna go without the face paint. Yeah, she looks enough like a fairy, right? Good. And then let's find Puck. He's also looking at the shrubbery. Right, so he has the popularity aspiration. Puck is straight. And he has the tinkering hobby. And I've written him down as a golf caddy, yeah, in the slacker career. Good. This might actually be fun to have this sort of a wild hair color because it matches with Oberon's hair color, like this. But on the other hand, he was supposed to be Titania's son. That's how it was. But I think actually that this hairstyle suits him really well, so I'm gonna keep it. Nice. And then Puck is done as well, so we have all of the teenagers made over here. At least we have some positive interactions here in the corner. That's better. And then Little Bottom is the only one left. Wow, this is a really interesting shrub, this. Okay, yeah, that's good. Music. So I can maintain that she's a little theater kid. I feel like this hairstyle kind of suits Bottom. It's hiding basically her entire head, but it's cute. And I'm giving her the color that's slightly red tinted. And here's Bottom. Adorable. So something that I actually ended up giving Oberon was a toot. No, that's not what it's called, is it? A ballerina's costume. Something that I could do is for this family to host, like have kids come over to dance, ballet as well. Since they have this arena for dancing as well, I could put up ballet bars and have that be a thing as well. And then I could actually involve ballet somehow as well in this neighborhood without actually having to set up a completely new business. Okay, great. So I guess next time I play, I'm gonna scramble to try to save this party because it's quite a disaster right now. Puck has fled again. He's really not interested in entertaining his guests, although he is wanting to have a great party though. So interestingly enough, he has a crush on Hermia, but he's not interested in her at all. So yeah, I think that she was sort of flirting with Mercutio, but he's not worrying about that at all. So I think that I might lock in the best friend one for him instead. And funnily enough, it looks like Titania might have seduced Kent, but he's normally not interested in women. So I guess that was a lot of fairy magic there. Yeah, and other than that, I don't think that they have anyone that they know right now that they're interested in. Well, but that was the last family. So let's move back to the neighborhood view. All right, so then I have continued on with the families here. We have the Monty family, looks like this now. And the other one, the Turner family. McCullough, McCarthy, Butler, and Summerdream. And I actually ended up going back, well, staying and adding their skills because I realized that I had missed that for Oberon and Titania, that I gave them the skills that they should have had from their major. So that's all fixed as well. So the last thing that I want to do is to actually create townies for this neighborhood as well. And they are a couple of characters that I want to add in for story purposes. The game, since I made all the townies playable, the game is going to continuously randomly create townies for me. But I want to add these in specifically, and I prepared them in a text file here. And I have two women that I want to create. It's Rosalind Ganymede. So that is actually Hero Monty with her new identity. And funnily enough, Rosalind is actually a Shakespearean character who is also disguising herself. She's disguising herself as a male shepherd named Ganymede. So that's why I'm going to name her that. And then I'm also going to create Rosalind Calabria, who is going to be betrothed eventually to Romeo. So I'm going to create her, and then also Benvolio from the same story, Romeo and Juliet. And he's in the story is Romeo's best friend. So I think that I'm gonna create this as adults now, and then he can get to know Benvolio and a little bit Rosalind, I guess, once he becomes a young adult or close to. And I'm gonna play it out as they are young adults when he is, and then they're aging up together, I guess. But I'm gonna set them as adults, I think, all of these sims. So I'm gonna make those two siblings. Then similarly, I want to create a Ferdinand for Miranda, an Othello for Desdemona, a Lysander for Hermia, and also a Demetrius. So she's going to be engaged to Demetrius. And then I'm probably going to see if I can make her more interested in Lysander. Let's see what happens there. But I want to make them brothers as well. And then also Paris for Juliet. So she also has an engagement that is putting pressure on her own relationship with Romeo as well. So that's the plan. And I've created some of these last names because they are duchies, I think, in England and Scotland, some of them. And I think Calabria was in Italy, actually, that I went with. So that's what that is. So I'm going to adjust their names when I move them into a household, but let's go with Ganymede for the household name. So for hero, I actually need to check what her like personalities and all of her like skin color and hair color and so on is supposed to be on the Sims wiki. But she's actually using one of the default face templates. It says here on the wiki at least, so it should be easy to recreate her. So she has a medium skin tone and black hair, and I have to give her black hair now, so it's genetic, but I can have her color her hair when I move her into the community lot. Move her into the lot, that is. So I think I'm just gonna let her have this random hair for now. I'm gonna find the face template here. Yeah, I think it might be this one. Yeah, it should be that one. And she should have brown eyes, but something that I thought that I could give her is contact lenses. So let's see what I can do. Well, these are a little bit uncanny, but I guess it's a bit more fun if they actually do look fake. They are super intense. Maybe I should just go with these ones, or maybe even like the gray ones. They're sort of jumping when she's trying to blink as well. Oh god. I've only used this for a nervous subject before, but I used these ones that sort of just creating these milky white eyes. Oh, I have green as well. Maybe green is better. Yeah, I guess that fits the bill. It looks creepy, but let's go with this. So I guess I'm just gonna... oh god. They're following with her facial expressions. I'm just gonna give her, like, figure out what kind of hair I want her to have. Yeah, I might go with this. Yeah, so I'm just adding the black hair back, and then I can change it when we're actually on the lot. I don't think actually that I need to worry about any of the other clothing for her, so I'm just gonna give them the everyday outfits. And hero was an Aries. She was a popularity sim, and I guess I'm just gonna randomize this. Just rolling a d6 twice to see what page I'm gonna go on, and then which one of the ones. She's interested in zombies. I guess that actually makes sense if she's in love with Claudio. Oh my god, that's terrible. Yeah, well, there she is. Great. So the next one is Rosalind, I think. And something that I actually ended up doing was that I extracted the appearance of a few of the Sims in town so that I could use some of the facial features for these sims so that I don't just make everything up myself. I felt like that might be more fun. Yeah, so in this case, I can use Antonio for Rosalind and Benvolio, I think. Would make sense. I already used Claudio for Bianca's deceased husband. So I think I'm gonna just change out some of the features. I like the nose, so I think I'm gonna keep that. Yeah, that's good, I think. Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah, that's pretty cute. Okay, so she randomly got cancer. I think maybe I'm gonna put her as knowledge sim to increase the chances that Romeo might find her a little bit attractive at least. Then I'm going to use Antonio again to create her brother. Yeah, so that's what I went with for her. But maybe I can change one more thing. Yeah. Yeah, okay, and I'm gonna randomize his aspiration. Got family. Great, so next person is Ferdinand for Miranda. I might use Cornwall as a reference. And I think I want him to have red hair and green eyes. Remove this beard because it's a bit distracting. Can fill out the cheeks a little bit so they're not as extreme. Yeah, that's fine, I think. I think I might do the same thing here, that I'm putting him as knowledge just to increase the chance that Miranda finds him somewhat attractive at least. Okay, and then Othello. I'm actually not sure if I'm gonna go with one of the pre-existing sims for him because I wanted him to have the darkest skin tone and be like a different descent. So I could have a look at my own sims here. And this is an old-time favorite. Maybe I can bring him in. I have a role for you. And he's just gonna be there hovering in the background for a while because the Othello is for Desdemona. And she's just a child so far, so I guess he's just gonna exist in the void. I mean, he can have this outfit. He's looking perfect already. A Libra, you say? Let's roll for his aspiration. Romance Libra. Is that really what I want? Well, the story is supposed to be dramatic. But maybe not the combination Romance Libra, because I've played that so many times. So I'm gonna reroll a d12. 9. Okay, Cancer, that's better. Okay, so we have Lysander and Demetrius next. Yeah, I think I might use Albany for that. I think I might change Lysander's mouth. But his brother can keep the other one. You also got romance. Hermia is a family sim, right? So they're gonna have really bad chemistry then. Yeah, I guess I might make him a family sim too then. Hopefully that helps. Yeah, he can be a romance sim, no, that then. Then he shouldn't be attracted to Hermia at all, hopefully. And then the last person is Paris. I think I want to base him off of this ancestor from the Capp family. Don't recall what her name is. Oh god. Yeah, I definitely have to change his mouth because that's... Why with this hat? Oh god. The inbreeding is strong in this town. Okay. Let's give him red hair as well. Let's just give him this for now. Let's start with the mouth because that's just uncanny. And that's pretty nice. The only thing is that I don't know if it's the nose or if it's something else, just sitting really high up. Maybe if I just click this and check, no, the nose is actually sitting at a normal position. So it's not the nose. Is it the eyes or something that's sitting really far down? No, they're not down. I'm not sure. It just feels like something is really weird with the proportions, but I guess maybe I can just keep it like this. That might be fine. So he's got gray eyes, that's fine. Yeah, I think maybe this one was the best one, so let's go with that. Actually, these eyebrows are super thin. Maybe I should take something else. Yeah, that's better. Family. Okay, good. That should be all of them. So I need to set the relationships here. So Rosalie and Benvolio should be siblings. And then these two should be siblings as well. Yeah, everything else is fine. Yeah, so I need to set their money to 0. I can't put it to 0. Can I put it to 1? Yes, I could put it to 1. Good. Well then, I'm just gonna plop them down in a random household. Let's take this one just because it's just 2 Sims in there, so I don't have to juggle too much at the same time. So let's just go into this household now. All right, now we have this congregation here outside. So I'm going to bring out the last name copier. Oh, and actually also the sim blender. We start with Benvolio. Good, and also his sister. And their relationship is siblings, good. Everything is fine, so I can make them both townies. Make me a townie. Make me a townie. And same thing here, so Demetrius Vane and Lysander Vane. And they are brothers, good. Make me a townie. Perfect. Ferdinand Fife. And then Othello Moore. Paris Courtenay. Good, and then it's only Rosalind left. And for her, I wanted to change out her hair color. And did I want it to be the warm blonde? Yeah, and I think I want to keep her eyebrows black just to sort of point out that this is not her natural hair color. And like this, when she's just stiffly staring at me, the lenses look fine. So that's good. There we go. So this is definitely not Hero Monty right here. Oh dear Lord. Look at these lenses. Yep, there she is. Okay, and she's also going to be a townie. Great. So then I can probably just clear off all non-residents. And then that is all done. So let's go back to the neighborhood again. And that actually concludes everything that I wanted to do today. And now I am ready to sit down to play this. I am so ready, I should say. It's been a long time coming, and now I can finally sit down with the Sims and get to know them again, and some of them for the first time. So it's going to be really fun. And yeah, I'm gonna film I think a similar format to what I've done for Strange Town, just when I'm starting a new week, just to recap what's happened, show you some pictures and so on. And I might plop in some random speed builds here and there when I make over these community lots, you know, just for funsies. So I hope that you enjoyed this video and what the Sims turned out looking like in the end. As always, I appreciate you watching. I hope you're having a wonderful holiday season. And yeah, until next time, take care. I will see you soon. Bye.